CFR. We're Derek and Bridget. Wednesday morning, it's Money Mindset. We help you to see money as a tool, not just as a goal, with the help of our friends at Lock Shield Partners.
And Clark Hayden with us on Wednesday. We're trying to understand more about the Federal Reserve. You know, it has a lot of regulations, of course, for stability and for security. But there's even a time that the Fed could possibly lend money. And that kind of just blows my whole thought of what's going on with it.
Yeah.
So if it does for me, I feel like it does for others too, Clark. Help us understand.
Yeah, great question, Bridget. So the Federal Reserve is sometimes referred to as the lender of last resort. Now, that doesn't mean that as an individual, you can go to the Federal Reserve and apply for a loan. The Federal Reserve is a lender of last resort to other financial institutions. And I think the best way to describe that is to hit rewind about 15 years, and let's go back to 2008 and 2009. And I'm sure you guys remember what was going on at that time.
Housing market,
Crashing.
big
Housing
crash.
market collapsed.
Yeah.
Crash, yeah.
Housing market absolutely collapsed. And so when that occurred, the Federal Reserve had to step in and lend money to major financial institutions to help them stay afloat. Some of the big names that received bailout funds are banks that you've all heard of: Bank of America, Citigroup, J.P. Morgan Chase. You know, the list goes on, but imagine the widespread, worldwide economic fallout if even just one of those banks completely failed, meaning that people who had their deposits there may not be able to get them. Then those people wouldn't have their assets or be able to pay the loans or obligations that they had. And you think about that butterfly effect, and that's pretty major. So that's why people call the Federal Reserve the lender of last resort, is because in the event of major economic crisis, they can step in and provide a life vest for major financial institutions.
And I know a lot of times, you know, they get a bad rap because we think about it, as we've talked in previous segments, of, oh, they're the ones that raise interest rates and they're, you know, in control of the economy maybe more than what, you know, what we think they are. But sometimes they're actually good guys to prevent bad things from happening on a much grander scale.
That's exactly right. They are walking a very fine line of trying to make sure that prices stay affordable for the American people, while also making sure that the economy doesn't overheat. And it's not an easy job.
Not an easy job. If you want to find out more, because one of the reasons CFR offers this is so that we can understand better. A couple places you can get more information: ChristianFamilyRadio.com, or you can go to LockShieldPartners.com.